So all I had to do was take out that kill card, and boom, there we go, taking that win. So that's the tips in action for you right there. Hello everyone, it is NeonBlackGame here back in the YouTube video, and today I'm going to teach you guys the tips and tricks and the trade secrets on how to get more trophies and how to make your deck better in general. So I'm going to talk for around literally a minute, and then I'll do some live battles and talk during that. So I would recommend sticking with decks that you know how to use first of all. That's just the main tip, and don't branch off into decks you don't know how to use. That's for when you can do friendly battles against your friends, but this is solely for decks that you know how to play, because if you go into a real battle that with a deck you don't know how to play, you're probably going to lose trophies, and that's not what you want. Tip number 2 is your average elixir cost. So obviously mine is 3.9. I would recommend hovering around 4. You can go as low as you want for Zap 8 decks, and just try not to go above 4.3, 4.5. If it's getting near that 4.5 range, add in a pump, because you're going to need it, because your elixir loss is going to be great, because obviously your deck is super expensive. So I'll explain the rest of the tips in some live battles. So first of all, I'm going to talk about good decks in general. So what does a good deck have? Well, you might think, oh, you know, a tank. No, it's going to be way more important than that. So you're going to want to have at least one killer card. And a killer card, or kill card is what I call them, is a card that goes directly to a tower and does damage. For instance, a Lava Hound would not count as a kill card. Yes, you can get it to a tower. No, it will not do a lot of damage. That does not count. Good examples of kill cards are balloons, hog riders, golems count, pretty much anything that gets there and does damage. Mini P.E.K.K.A.s do not count, lumberjacks do not count, because they just cannot get to the tower. Okay, this guy's running with a very good and strong balloon deck with giant. Luckily, I know how to shut that down pretty well. Yes, the balloon will probably get up a shot or two, but that does not matter. Anyway, back to the tips video. So pretty much the main, oh wow, look at that E-Wiz. Oh my goodness, check that out, super clutch right there. And I'm gonna go support this with the Mega Minion. Back to the killer cards. You have to have that troop that will get to the tower. Some exceptions are the graveyard is great. Alone, it's not great, but with paired with a miner, it's definitely a kill card because it can get right to the tower and do insane damage. Tip number 2 is have plenty of counters. That might seem obvious on the surface, but you can't just throw in tons of counters for random troops. You have to know what you're doing. You want to have minions, super strong, super solid card. I love those. And speaking about counter cards specifically, you always want to have a troop that can reset something. When I mean reset, it can retarget, such as an E-Wiz can retarget a Sparky and reset it, and also a Zap can, you know, reset an Inferno Dragon, Inferno Tower, so on and so forth. An Ice Spirit also does that. Not many people know it, but obviously it freezes it and makes it reset from the beginning. So just throw in a Zap, an E-Wiz, or an Ice Spirit. Those are the only 3 cards in the game that will be able to do that at the moment. Another thing you want to have are spells. I would recommend at least one spell and some chip damage. If you don't have chip damage in your deck, you're going to be stuck in battles that the opponent has literally 300 health left, and oh, you just need a couple of fireballs to chip them down. I've actually experienced that before. Some decks I've designed just do not have enough firepower to be able to take their tower out directly. Sometimes in the battles, it just comes down to that. Whoever can throw more fireballs at the other tower will win that game. So you just have to be able to have that versatility in the deck to just say, you know what, I'm just going to play defense and throw spells at the opponent's tower. And no, I do not mean a log and a zap. That's not enough spells. I would recommend a heavy spell such as a fireball. That is a very versatile spell. Can take out minion hordes for positive trade, take out barbarians. You have to have one of those in your deck. You're going to be in some pretty deep trouble pretty quickly. Let's log this back quickly. Hopefully we can take out everything. E-Wiz, no focus on the balloon. Oh man, we lost the first battle, but you know, that's completely fine. Speaking about quickly, about trophies in general, do not worry. I've said this in the last video. If you've already seen it, I'm sorry. But if you lose, it doesn't matter. Last video, for instance, I lost the first one, won the second two, and ended up with positive trophies. So another really important tip is you want to have air defense in your deck. So my deck is extremely hard to counter. It's the Lava Hound Balloon, extremely good deck. Not really in the meta. The Lava Hound at the current state in Legendary Arena is 7.4% used, and the Balloon is 7.5. I got that from Stats Royale. I can link it to you guys if you want it in the comments down below. Also, oh my goodness, the Night Witch is so annoying. Also, when I'm talking about air defense, I'm talking about troops that can counter air. So, you know, E-Wiz, minions, archers, spear goblins, and those types of troops. You're going to want at least 3. So my deck, for instance, and a spell does not count because you might have to use that spell on something else, and you always want a troop that can be reliable and take out air troops. So very good ones are going to be bats. Balloon doesn't count. So right now, personally in my deck, I have bats. I have the E-Wiz. I mean, not bats. I have minions, the E-Wiz, and what else do I have in this deck? Let's see, and the Mega Mini. So those are my 3 that target the air. If you have a deck that only has 1, that's not very good, because if you face a Lava Hound deck, you're going to be in a serious trouble very, very quickly. And oh my goodness, this is why the fireball is super key. Boom, right there, taking all that out. Now I'm going to go minions and skeleton army. Or is that a Mega Mini? Yes, it's a Mega Mini. Come on, swipe that balloon down. I need you to target that balloon. Sadly, I am going to lose that tower, but you know, that is fine. I'm going to go drop this E-Wiz right on top of everything. Boom, taking it out. And he's going to drop a second balloon extremely quickly. That is actually a very, very rushed balloon, and I will be able to take that out right away. I'm sorry, I'll go back to the video. Nice, okay, did not get a shot off onto my tower. So this guy's deck is very balanced. As you saw, it has a Night Witch that targets air. It has archers that also targets air. And probably one other troop that he has not showed me. Keep in mind, he is level 12, which means his cards will most likely be just a little bit higher in level. And that's going on to card levels. So, personally, this is like 2 tips in 1. My cards are very high leveled for my level, and many people take that as bad. I take it as just request the cards that you need. If you're not planning on using skeletons, why request for skeletons? Really use those requests as good as you can. Because without using those correctly, you will lose valuable time and not be able to level up on how... Oh my goodness, did that guy just mirror a balloon? Holy crud. That's ridiculous. I gotta take out these balloons ASAP. Come on, balloon, just go down, go down. Nice, I took out the balloon. That's the kill card I was talking about earlier. If without that kill card, they're not gonna get any damage onto your tower. So all I had to do was take out that kill card, and boom, there we go, taking that win. So that's the tips in action for you right there. Also, speaking about the losses, I didn't get worried. I just won it, and boom, there we go, back up, and we get a crown chest. Speaking about card levels, I'll go back to those in 1 second. Chests, super important. I, right now, am not going with my own rules. You see, I have full chest slots. Don't do that. Chests are the most important thing in the game. That's how you level up. Without getting more chests, you can't cycle through the cards and get the cards you need. Nice, get that epic in there. And crown chests are one of the best cards you can get. So right now, I should always have at least 1 chest slot open, or chest always opening, because if not, I will be losing cards. Not winning, just losing. Because everyone else has those chests, you are not gaining as many trophies and cards as they are. Because the way you progress and get more trophies is level up those cards. So it really comes down to the level of your cards. I've seen people who are horrible at the game and just overlevel some cards, and they can actually get an insane amount of trophies. Not insane, but you know, pretty good, like 5,000 trophies just because of their card levels. If you have max everything, then obviously you're going to be able to get pretty high without having to try too hard. So personally, an important tip is commons are super easy to overlevel. Like the Royal Giant is a good example of it. When it's overleveled, it's super, super strong. And speaking about cards that are overleveled, it doesn't matter if, say, my E-Wiz is level 2 or 3. It doesn't really change the interactions that much. But when you start talking about the Royal Giant, when it's overleveled, it's extremely powerful. So I could have maybe an overleveled Lava Hound, but what does that do? It does, you know, a couple extra damage. It doesn't have any more pups. But with that overleveled Royal Giant, that allows it to get off many, many, many more shots, getting a lot more damage. So if it was level 13, my tower would probably be down to 800 instead of 1,100 health, for instance. Speaking about really good overleveled cards, spells are the most important card that you can overlevel. A fireball that's overleveled will be able to take out troops and get instant positive elixir advantages, which you cannot get from pretty much any other card. Also good, for instance, you can log down archers when it's high enough, which is super good because then you can get positive trades a lot more easily. On the flip side there, if you overleveled like a princess, then the log would become useless. My level 2 log cannot take out level 4 princesses, meaning that I will not be able to get that positive elixir trade. I can go way more into detail about overleveling cards in another video if you want. For instance, you don't have to get your log to max because it will still be able to kill those princesses. Kind of that situation there is very important. But going back to the level of the card specifically, Leveling, oh my goodness, let's go quickly log that for some nice. Do I get the tower? Please just catch the tower, or the wizard, or one of the two, or neither, I see, okay. But this over-leveled wizard here is not going to do much. Yeah, it's going to do a tiny bit more damage. Oh boy, I wish I had a higher level fireball, because then I could do way more damage, but you know, that doesn't matter. Here probably comes a miner. No miner, we are all good to go. So this wizard is going to be fairly annoying. Luckily, I have, I'm going to play a Skarmy there, and luckily the wizard actually goes down. We're going to go log that for the tower, and here comes a Royal Giant. I know a RG is coming. You know what? I'm not going to defend it at all. Sorry, I'm going into commentating mode, but this is tips from the other video. If you're going to lose the tower, don't defend it. Just go on all offense, and you're going to win the game probably 90% of the time. And obviously, there's so many more tips I really want to tell you, but I do not have enough time because this is going to be the last battle. So if you really do, I just literally went against my own rules and fireballed something when they have 3 musketeers. Okay, that was not smart. Aside from that play, this battle has been going pretty well. Come on, Balloon, one more shot. Oh, no, this is not good. Here comes an RG with a giant push my way. Hopefully he doesn't have a heal spell. But just don't have a heal spell, please. We're going to go Skeleton Army. Then we're going to go E-Wiz. Nice timing there. And we're going to fireball all those down for a profit like that. And I think we're doing pretty well now. E-Wiz, go to the left. Left, please. That's not your left. That's your right. Your other left. Aside from that, I mean, any last-second tips I can think about, I will tell you. But at the moment, I mean, literally just go by the tips I told you in this video, and you should be pretty good. And boom, there we go. As I told you guys, don't worry if you lose a battle in the beginning. You will most likely win the next couple. So that happened also. I lost one, won 2, and I ended up with that positive trophy level. So I really do hope you enjoyed this video. If you want any more tips, please tell me in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to make another video. But that is going to wrap this up. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.